Welcome to the Wisdom Path. In today's video, we begin a powerful journey about how to stop worrying and start truly living. This is the first part of a three-part series that will help you find peace, take back control of your mind, and live a calmer, more meaningful life. If you've ever felt stuck in a loop of anxiety or stress, this is for you. Before we start, don't forget to subscribe to the Wisdom Path and join a growing community of people just like you, learning, growing, and finding peace. Part 1. Why worry is useless and how to live in the now. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever lost sleep because of something that might happen, but never did? That's worry. It tricks your brain. It steals your present. It tells you that you're in danger, even when you're not. Let's imagine a man walking across a rope bridge. Below him, a deep canyon. But the bridge is strong. It's held hundreds of people before. Still, his mind whispers, "What if it breaks? What if I fall?" That's worry, not reality. Just fear dressed as logic. Dale Carnegie, in his book, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living, reminds us that worry doesn't fix anything. It can't change the past. It doesn't predict the future. It only poisons the present. So the first lesson is this. Lesson 1. Worry doesn't work. Focus on what you can control. Think about this. If you had 100 problems and 90 of them weren't real, only in your head, wouldn't that be a waste of energy? We often try to control things far outside of our power. Will my boss be angry tomorrow? What if my partner leaves me? What if I get sick next year? Instead, Carnegie teaches us to focus on what we can control. Our thoughts, our actions, our reactions. Here's something simple you can do right now. Write down your top 3 worries. Then next to each one, write, "Can I control this?" If yes, plan one small step. If no, let it go. Just like letting go of a balloon into the sky. Release it. Watch it float away. That's your peace returning. Lesson 2. Live in day-tight compartments. This was Carnegie's beautiful idea. Imagine you live in a ship. Each day is a different room with strong steel walls. You're only allowed in one room, today. No peeking into yesterday's mistakes. No stressing about tomorrow's what-ifs. Just this one room, this day. You focus only on what needs doing now, this hour, this moment. Think of a candle. It gives light only where it burns. The future is darkness. The past is smoke. But this moment, it's glowing. Here's a trick from me. At the start of each day, say this to yourself. Today is my whole life. I will live it well. Then at night, whisper, "Today, I lived. That is enough." Lesson 3. Face the worst, then build from there. This part changed my life. Carnegie shares 8 powerful words. What is the worst that can happen? Let's take an example. A woman fears losing her job. She's paralyzed by anxiety. But when she sits down and asks, "What's the worst that can happen?" she answers, "I might lose my income. I might have to move. I might feel embarrassed." Then she accepts it. She says, "Okay, if that happens, I'll find a new job. I'll survive. I'll adjust." Now she's free. She's calm. She can act. This is not giving up. It's taking back control. It's facing fear with logic and saying, "You don't scare me anymore." Bonus, worry grows in the dark. Speak it out. One last thought for today. Worry grows when it hides, like mold in a dark room. But when you talk to someone, a friend, a journal, even a camera, the worry shrinks. It becomes small, manageable. So say it out loud. "I'm worried about namo ko." It feels like woo woo, but I know I can handle it. As Tony Robbins says, when you are grateful, fear disappears and abundance appears. This is just the beginning. In the next episode, we'll talk about the busy cure, decision-making, and how forgiveness sets you free. Until then, remember this: the present moment is your only real treasure. Don't trade it for fear. If this helped you, hit the like button and share it with someone who needs peace today. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to The Wisdom Path for more content that lifts your mind and heart. Lesson 4. Action destroys anxiety. Have you ever sat in silence, just thinking about all the things that could go wrong? The longer you sit, the louder the thoughts get. That's the trap. But here's the cure. Do something. Anything. Dale Carnegie calls this the action cure. Why? Because worry grows in stillness, but dies in movement. Let me give you an example. Years ago, I met a man named Jacob. He lost his job and stayed in bed for days, too worried to face the world. Then one morning, he got up and decided to fix his kitchen sink. Just that. Something small. That one task gave him a little spark. The next day, he updated his resume. 2 weeks later, he had a new job. He told me, "It wasn't the job that saved me. It was the sink." The point is, taking action, even if it's tiny, tells your brain, "I am not stuck. I am moving." So next time worry visits, take one step. Wash the dishes. Go for a walk. Write down a plan. Just move. Lesson 5. Decide, even if it's not perfect. Indecision is like standing at a fork in the road for hours, hoping the perfect path will light up. But the truth is, no decision is still a decision, and it leads nowhere. Carnegie said, "Inaction breeds doubt and fear. Action breeds confidence and courage." So how do we get better at making decisions? Here's a 3-step method that works. Gather the facts. Don't guess. Check the real situation. List your options. Write them down, even the crazy ones. Make the best choice for now and commit. Perfection is the enemy of peace. You can adjust your path later, but first, start walking. Think of a plane. It's rarely on the exact perfect route. Pilots adjust course along the way. But if the plane never took off, it'd still be sitting on the runway, waiting for the perfect moment. Your life is that plane. Get it off the ground. Lesson 6. Stay busy. The healthy way. You might be thinking, but isn't being too busy bad for me? Yes, if it's mindless or stressful. But Carnegie meant healthy, purposeful busyness. He discovered that people who stayed active doing something meaningful had less time to worry. Think of your mind like a garden. When it's empty, weeds grow, fear, doubt, regrets. But if you plant good things, work, helping others, creating, learning, there's no space for worry to take root. Here's a tip. Make a worry-killing list. Write down 3 small things to do each day that make you feel productive or useful. Examples. Call a friend just to check in. Clean out one drawer. Write a short journal entry. Watch an inspiring video and take notes. Cook a healthy meal from scratch. Keep your hands busy and your mind will follow. Lesson 7. Let go of resentment. Let's talk about something heavy. Holding grudges. When someone hurts us, our brain often plays the scene over and over like a broken movie. We want justice, or revenge, or maybe just an apology that never comes. But here's the truth. Holding a grudge is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Dale Carnegie urges us to forgive, not because others deserve it, but because we deserve peace. I once worked with a woman named Lisa. She was kind, smart, and talented, but she always looked tired. One day, she admitted she hadn't spoken to her sister in 10 years. When I asked why, she said, "Because she took something from me and never said sorry." Lisa eventually wrote her sister a letter. She never heard back. But after sending it, she said something powerful. "I feel like I can breathe again." That's what forgiveness does. It breaks your chains, even if the other person doesn't change. So here's a challenge. Think of someone you're still mad at. Now say to yourself, I release this. I choose peace. Even if you don't feel it yet, say it. Repeat it. Feel it come. Mini reflection, a garden of your own. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine your mind as a garden. What's growing there right now? Are there weeds like fear, anger, doubt? Or are there flowers like gratitude, forgiveness, and calm? Every thought you plant today becomes tomorrow's reality. Brian Tracy once said, "You become what you think about most of the time." What are you thinking about? We're getting deeper now. These aren't just lessons. They're tools to shape a better life. In the final part of this series, we'll explore how to practice gratitude, why sleep is your secret weapon, and how to turn your inner voice into your best friend instead of your worst enemy. If you found this helpful, like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe to The Wisdom Path. Your peace, your growth, your life. They all start with one step. Take that step today. Lesson 8. Gratitude shifts everything. When was the last time you looked around and said, "Wow, I'm lucky to have this"? We often focus on what we don't have. More money, more time, more success. And we forget the treasures we already hold. Carnegie posed a beautiful question. Would you sell your eyes for $1 million? Your legs? Your hearing? Imagine that. You wouldn't trade your body for anything. Yet we forget how valuable it is. We complain about small things while carrying a fortune we never notice. One evening, I spoke to an elderly man in a park. He said, "When I was 40, I wanted more money. At 60, I wanted more time. Now at 80, I just want the legs I had at 40. That stayed with me. Here's a simple practice to try. Every morning, write down 3 things you're thankful for. Not just the big things, the little ones too. A good cup of coffee, a warm bed, a friend's smile. The fact that you can still walk, breathe, learn. This rewires your brain to notice joy. It won't remove problems, but it will give you strength to face them. As Dr. Joe Dispenza says, gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Start with thanks, and life will often give you more to be thankful for. Lesson 9. Get enough sleep. Your peace depends on it. This may surprise you, but one of the strongest tools against worry is sleep. Why? Because when your body is tired, your brain can't think clearly. It overreacts. It exaggerates fears. It spins small worries into huge storms. Carnegie emphasized rest. He believed that most people worry more than they need to simply because they're exhausted. Think about a child who's tired. They cry over nothing. Adults do the same thing. We just cry silently through stress, anger, or fear. If you want to reduce worry, protect your sleep like gold. Here are 3 simple tips. Create a bedtime routine. No screens 30 minutes before sleep. Read or stretch instead. Keep a worry journal by your bed. If your mind races, write it out and close the book. Get sunlight early in the day. This helps your brain know when it's time to sleep later. A rested mind is stronger, wiser, and braver. Sleep is not a luxury. It's fuel for peace. Lesson 10. Turn your inner voice into your best friend. Let's get real for a moment. The loudest voice in your life is not your boss, your partner, or your parents. It's the one inside your head. And for many people, that voice is a bully. It says things like, "You're not good enough. You always mess things up. No one really cares." Would you speak to a friend like that? Then why speak to yourself like that? Carnegie knew this truth long before we had scientific proof. Your thoughts shape your reality. If your inner voice is cruel, the world feels cruel. If your inner voice is kind, the world feels kind. So how do you change it? Here's a simple method. Catch the critic. When you notice a negative thought, pause. Challenge it. Ask, is this really true? Change it. Replace it with something honest but encouraging. Example, instead of, I'm a failure, say, I made a mistake, but I'm learning. I've survived worse. It's not about lying to yourself. It's about being fair, honest, and kind. Your inner voice should be a coach, not a critic. Someone who says, you've got this, keep going. If you practice this daily, it will transform your mood, your choices, even your relationships. Namo, final reflection. The real lesson. Let me tell you a short story. There was once a wise old man who lived in a quiet village. People traveled from far away to ask him how to live a life without worry. He would always smile and say, live like the sun. Rise each day. Give your light. And when it's time to rest, let go. That's the heart of this entire series. You don't need to control everything. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to live one good day at a time, with courage, gratitude, and a little bit of rest. Summary of all 10 lessons. Worry doesn't work. Focus on what you can control. Live in day-tight compartments. Stay in the present. Face the worst, then improve. Prepare calmly. Action kills. Worry. Do something small. Decide, even if it's not perfect. Move forward. Stay purposefully busy. Fill your mind with good tasks. Let go of grudges. Forgive for your own peace. Practice gratitude. See the blessings you already have. Sleep well. Rest is power. Be kind to yourself. Change the voice in your head. Thank you for walking this path with us. We hope this series helped you not just stop worrying, but start living again. If this touched your heart, please subscribe to TheWisdomPath and share this with someone who might need a little peace today. Remember, you don't have to do everything right. You just have to start. Start now. Start with kindness. Start with one good breath. We'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care, stay calm, and keep walking the path of wisdom.